Hello, this is Eric Bryant, and I'm excited to have with me today CJ Alvarado from the Snippet App. How are you doing, CJ?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, man.
Absolutely. Well, we've known each other for a few years now, and it may have been a year or two ago when you shared with me, among a few others, about this crazy, innovative idea that's now a reality. Tell us
Mhm.
about Snippet.
Yeah, so when we were talking, it was just in its infancy, literally. It was just an idea that we had prototyped. And the premise was real simple. We know reading habits were changing. People have access to so much more information. And so we wanted to create a reading experience that was going to address those. And the way we've done it is we've created a format that you can expect shorter content, but that isn't just a summary. It still has story and it still has heart and feel to it, but it's also going to have all kinds of really great media integrations in it. So video, audio, photo galleries, social media. We call them discoverables because it's a way to kind of discover other content or new content within the actual reading experience. So we've combined all that to create something that we think is really unique and quite frankly, a ton of fun to read and a real joy if you're a writer to write content and publish it to your audience.
Well, and that's one of the things that really excited me about this was the opportunity to interact more. This is more than an ebook. It's more interactive than a paperback. I've enjoyed the experience jumping into the Snippet app on my iPhone, on my laptop, and reading, learning from others, but not just the typical experience. Like you said, there's these discoverables that just make it so unique. The videos, the pictures. What are you seeing with some of these authors and some of the folks that are reading? What are some of the reactions you're getting? What are some of the things you're discovering that people are enjoying?
Yeah, we're getting some really great feedback. I mean, most people are excited that they can get an idea to market faster. So that's one of the things that we're hearing quite a bit of. And they can do it in a variety of ways. So rather than sitting down and taking a year or 2 years to compose an idea and type it out, a lot of folks are able to integrate, media that they already have. Maybe it's keynotes that they've done, podcasts, interviews that they've done, all around a single idea and bring some cohesion to it, obviously, and then deliver it to their audience right away. The other thing we're seeing is a lot of these writers and content creators have the content, and they're experiencing it just getting buried and buried on their blogs. So Snippet provides them a way to repackage some of those ideas that are very much still relevant. They can add to them and then publish those in a self-contained, book type of feel with Snippet. And then lastly, a lot of the feedback we get is people just love the engagement. They love that Snippet's allowing readers and writers to connect in new ways. Like I said, the Twitter and social integrations that are right there within the reading experience makes it so that as a reader, if I love a quote or I love a chapter or something, I can immediately share that with my networks and with the author. And a lot of the authors are talking right back. So they're really enjoying that engagement. I think those are the three things that tend to bubble up to the surface quite a bit.
Well, I was very excited as we started talking about this possibility. A lot of my audience and the folks that come by my website or I interact with are innovators, usually spiritual entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
and so the idea of kind of sharing some of my thoughts or insights or things that I've been learning in such a unique and innovative way was real exciting to me. And so I'm excited to have a fruitful life there at Snippet, and you can actually go online to thesnippetapp.com and become a writer or a reader.
Yeah.
And there's also the apps that you can get on your smartphones.
Yeah, and so Eric, I've got a question for you, man. I want to flip the turn the tables a little bit because I got to obviously see all the Fruitful Life stuff, and then I actually got to see a little bit of what's coming, the other snippets that are kind of following your overview. So I've got some questions for you that I think would be helpful to your own fans and your own following. Is that cool if I ask you?
Sure, sure, of course.
So I love the concept of the fruitful life, and I've thought a lot about people like you who are great communicators and great writers. Um, and now you have a platform to maybe be able to bring all of those things together. But first, why The Fruitful Life, and why do you think it's so important for readers today?
Well, I think honestly, this has been 12 years in the making, and I think when I kind of stumbled across a very familiar passage, but saw it in sort of a new way, it really was life transforming to me. And then whether I've used it in small groups or as part of sermon series or as part of retreats, I've just seen applying these scriptures to our life can be really transformative, no matter where someone might be on the spiritual journey. But really, it's a look at the parable of the soils, and if you think of it, Jesus describes a fruitful life, that we can have 30, 60, 100 times the fruit. And in the scriptures, the word fruit, it refers to fruit of the Spirit. So there's a change in us, but it also talks about transforming the lives of others. Paul talks about the harvest I've had among you. And so this idea that our lives can be transformed and transforming others really captured my attention. And if you just look at the passage, what you see is rather than being like the first soil and having a hardened heart, we need to become receptive. Rather than getting bogged down by the trials of life and giving up when things get tough, we need to become tenacious. And rather than getting bogged down and distracted by the temptations, we need to become intentional. And the result is we're fruitful. And so that final skill derived from this is becoming proactive, doing what we know we ought to do. And so I'm excited. The overview is available. It's free. It's going to be out on June 19th, and then on July 16th, the other 4 snippets will be coming out at a discounted rate. But again, the way you've been so great to work with, your whole team, it's very user-friendly. We basically did all the work ourselves with a few little things here or there that your team helped out. But I just highly recommend the entire experience to any of you that are writers or already are writers. Just self-publishing through Snippet has been a great experience, and so I'm really grateful, CJ, for you and your team.
No, it's been our pleasure. We've had I was talking to someone yesterday about it, and I still every once in a while get this question. Well, really, what is the snippet? What's in it? How does it differ from an ebook? So I wonder if you wouldn't mind elaborating even on just what people can expect from your snippets. I mean, is it just text? I don't know, what can we expect from the content that's inside of it?
Well, absolutely. Well, the overview has, I mean, really, you could download that for free and get everything you need to really make progress in discovering your calling and making, real inroads in overcoming some of the trials and temptations. So I feel like you've given really the opportunity to convey some of these things that have changed me and helped me. And even I saw at Gateway, as we did a sermon series last summer, we grew in the summer going through the series. And it's just via video and sharing those along with some of the pictures and along with the text. There's questions, there's links hyperlinked right inside, so some of the resources that I think could really help people. It's more than just kind of reading through something, checking it off. This really is a fully interactive experience that if you dive in with a real desire to apply what you're learning and really experience all the different options that are in there, you really will come out of this with a new perspective and even see the results of a new life. So that's, for me, what I've been excited about, and even those that have interacted with the material, they've really enjoyed even how it's packaged and how it's conveyed through what you guys are doing.
That's great. Well, no, we're excited and glad to have you on board. And I guess I will just say that it's not just available on iOS, but for those who are maybe on Android wondering how they can get their hands on it, they can go to thesnippetapp.com and search your name and find it there as well and read it just from web. So there's multiple ways for folks to get at it, which we're excited about because I think it's going to be really great content and helpful content for people. So thank you, man, for having me here, and thanks for just being a part of the Snippet community.
Absolutely, and I'm going to put all the links right at ericbryant.org. Just click on A Fruitful Life, and you'll be able to see how to get right into the Snippet app. and get this free download and even be eligible to win free promo codes for the other snippets that are coming out. So thanks, CJ. Enjoy the day. Keep up your great and innovative work.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks again.
All right. Bye-bye.